Welcome to Puzzle with Emilia, that's me, and today we are trying out 10 different puzzle brands for speed puzzling. And if you're wondering what brands, we'll figure it out right now, because I don't know either. My dear friend Robert, I borrowed these puzzles from him, and we are about to reveal, but I know for sure we're not testing out the most common like Ravensburger, Treffel puzzles that you already know. Let's take a look what we have in here. Wow, have I ever mentioned how much I love cute puzzle boxes? These are amazing. Okay. Sverige Pussel, pronunciation on point. All the Swedish viewers can commentate. Okay, I think this might be French. Olleo. It's a puzzle. Ooh, Black Sea Puzzle. This is so cute. Oh my god. Okay, this one I already know, Peasley. Another French puzzle brand. Calypto. Another Hachette Puzzles, another French brand. Getting smaller and smaller with the box size. Another French one, very cute. Peliko, a Finnish brand. And this, I'm just in love with this puzzle already. Let's get straight into it, and we're gonna start with this puzzle. Okay, so this is how we're gonna rate all of these 10 puzzles. So first of all, we're gonna not only look at the time, kind of like how fast it is for speed puzzling, but a little bit more subjectively on that part, because these are all competition puzzles. So I'm gonna compare how I would have done in comparison to others. So not only the time, but kind of also my ranking. Now, for example, which got me worried with this puzzle is that I saw that the winning time was 57 minutes, and I was like, this looks rather easy image with a lot of bright colors. Of course, that's not the thing that actually makes puzzles easy, but that's the goal. And then we're gonna actually rate as well quality factors. So for example, with this puzzle, there's a lot of loose pieces. I don't necessarily have anything bad to say about this quality, but I didn't like that you can't really do puzzle islands and lift them because they're so loose. And this is very interesting. We're also going to rate the image factor. So with this image, I think this works very nicely, especially the bottom part for people who like to work, do a lot of line work and build in layers. So really fun to do that. But you can see these last blue pieces. They're literally just blue. So you would be like, okay, this is perfect for those who like shape work. But if we look at these pieces very carefully, we're kind of doing shape work with very little of shape nuances within these pieces. I think this works the best for people who are good at trial and error. And I don't think that's anybody's favorite per se, but that's the case with this puzzle. And with my time of 56 and 49, I would have actually placed first with this one. And I can totally understand. I feel like this was going so fast in the beginning, and then I understood why the times were so slow, because the rest was just so hard. But let's keep it going and move on to Peliko. Managed to get Robert here as well, the founder of the Puzzle Rush. And all of these puzzles are from Puzzle Rush, which I really like because I feel like you choose puzzle brands that are not the most commonly used, especially in competitions. And I think variation is one of the biggest things that speed puzzlers need in order to improve. How do you think that I did do with all these puzzles that you sent me? You chose them.
I know that you're someone who enjoys the trickier ones.
What do you think was my fastest?
So I would guess either San Francisco, partly because I know you've done that before.
Yeah.
And that was a quick one.
Yeah, okay.
But maybe not, looking at your reaction.
We'll see, we'll see.
The other one I'd guess would be the Reign of Love. The one with the big gradient sky background. Yes. That tended to be a quick one. There's quite a few people who got PBs on that.
Yeah. What do you think that I will hate the most?
A couple that have some tricky sections, lots of similar colours, but you don't normally mind that as much. There was one thing I'd probably guess, it would be the edge of the Galison Liberty puzzle.
So that's the cute puzzle box that opens like a book.
That's right, yeah. There was one that, of course, you probably might be in the French Les Éditions, the one with the worm, the snake. It's quite unusual. The pieces have got a bit of a different feel. There's a few false fits, and it's quite
interesting.
So if it's not one of those, then I'm really interested to hear what it might be.
Me knowing already the results, I know I would have won a couple of puzzle rushes. Okay. Do you have any idea which ones? Because that's not about the what's the fastest puzzle, because fast puzzle is fast for everybody. If you would need to guess 2 or 3, what would you say? Or 1? I mean, you have to get one out of 3.
I guess maybe the Hachette, because I know people struggled with it, and it's a tricky one. Yeah. And it's the kind of one that I think you might do well at. Possibly the other tricky one, which was the French Jour Férié one with the sand and the kind of beach scene. Yeah. Possibly Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah, this one that we're working on.
Yeah, because I know you've probably got more experience with the Peliko puzzles than some people. So I know some people had found the cuts a bit tricky. Yeah. There were 3 in there that had the kind of what are called the Turkish cut, so the ones that come from the same Turkish factory. Yeah. Now I love that cut and I find it quite quick, but I don't know if you do. If you're not a fan of those puzzles, then that might have been tricky.
You mentioned the Peliko. This is their old quality, so these are their old puzzles. I do prefer their new quality much better. But we'll see where would have I placed. Actually, I know I would have placed 4th with this puzzle. So no victory with this. What do you call it in Swedish? Because we call it Peppi Pitkätorso in Finnish.
Pippi Longstrump in Swedish, Pippi Longstocking in English.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you. We're moving on to the next puzzle. Okay, so this Black Sea puzzle, image-wise, my favorite. Already when I was unboxing, this one caught my eye. And like, who doesn't love gradients? Like, I think everybody loves this puzzle, right? If you hate it, comment below. I want to know who the heck you are. And I actually, so far, this is my favorite based on quality as well. I do like the pieces. They're a little bit loose, but not too loose. So you can also lift this puzzle rather easily. And yeah, I just absolutely love this one. And also, so far my fastest time, 38 and 10. And that would have also placed me first on this competition. So I'm super happy with that. Just makes me love this puzzle so much more. I would rank this currently the top puzzle out of these 10. Ooh. I'm vibing for this bag. Except that it's very hard to... Oh. Wow. Okay, now this puzzle is kind of like... I don't really have... It's not my favorite, but I absolutely don't hate it either. So the image is like... It's not super special to me, but there's nothing bad about it either. Also the quality, I would say pretty similar to a lot of other puzzles here. By the way, I do have to say to Robert that apparently he likes to pick up vertical puzzles because I feel like everything is vertical. And I'm not a fan of that. But otherwise the quality, fine, no problem with that. I must say I do like these kind of, well, first of all, I'm very big judge on how the puzzle boxes are, but I'm trying not to evaluate that today because I know nobody else does not care. But I do have to say, I do like these bags that you can reuse, because I hate buying plastic bags from IKEA, and I just love it when Puzzle Brands makes my life easier with these reusable bags. And my time of 48 and 29, I would have placed forward, and I can kind of like see a pattern here already going like first, fourth, first, fourth again. Not sure if that creates more pressure for the next puzzle or the one after that. And I also just realized that there was one competition that 2 of these puzzles were done at the same time. So there was one competition where they did the puzzle number 8 and 9 in a row back to back. So we're gonna do it the same way as well and see if my endurance is actually enough. This puzzle image I actually like a lot. I feel like there is everything for everybody. There's a little bit gradients, there's text, there's bright colors. There are kind of like these pushes and forest kind of thing, but it doesn't repeat everywhere. So yeah, I do like this image. And about the quality, I have to warn you, if you don't like this soft velvet touch, it's not like full on that. I'm trying to touch this piece and I'm like, is it soft velvet or is it just in my head? But it's definitely more similar to that in comparison to having like completely hard, glossy surface. So that's definitely a one thing. And my time of 45.25 would have placed me 3rd. So still in the podium, but I'm not sure, are we getting better or worse here? And now this puzzle, I was actually very confused. So if you don't know, I have actually been a commentator for a lot of Puzzle Rush competitions where all these puzzles has been used. And sometimes when I see these days a puzzle, I'm not sure that I'm like familiar with. I'm not sure if I've done it or have I just talked about it for like 2 hours as a commentator. Oh my god, that fly. Holy moly. So I was a bit confused with this one, and I thought honestly that maybe I've done this in an EJJ or something, because I was getting like a negative deja vu of this road with the yellow line. Not my favorite. And also quality was giving me like nightmares. So this puzzle is so, I don't even know if the loose is the right word, because looseness doesn't always cause me problems, but I kept breaking everything I did, and I feel like so many sections I have to build twice, 3, 4, 5 times. Even though we had loose piece puzzles earlier, this was the worst. I do not like this quality. I rated 0. Okay, that's a little bit dramatic. A little bit dramatic, but I was not a super fan of this. And also, if you actually compare the box versus the image in the beginning, it's not cut correctly. So the image doesn't exactly match how it cut it into the puzzle, which I generally just not a fan of, because I feel like it would be such an easy fix for brands to like just do it correctly. But who am I to judge? It turned out I have done this before, and I have actually done it in Puzzle Rush. Robert, why did you send me this? So at least my time was faster than it was previously, so I would have beaten myself with my time of 47 and 21, but I would have still placed 6 as I did last time, so not too hyped about it. So far I hated the quality. The image is not exactly for me, and I would have had my worst ranking with this one. So this goes to the bottom of the list for now. Okay, so time for doing these 2 puzzles back to back. I'm just gonna tap my lap in the middle of it. And this is actually interesting. First of all, this first puzzle, these pieces are like super hard and sharp. Like I'm not sure if it is the same brand I've done before, but I have actually hurt myself with these type of pieces a couple of times before, because you can literally just like cut yourself open. And I'm not a super fan of square puzzles. Also these puzzles, because they're hard, they're so loose that I had to go in with the strategy that I can't build islands. I try to kind of like go from the middle and like expand. And this is interesting. With this first puzzle, I would have been at 7th at that point. But now starting this second puzzle, and this quality I actually do like. The image is not really for me. I don't like these two plain color palette puzzles. But surprisingly with this puzzle, I would have been second fastest with this one. However, now because I was so slow with the first one, that like literally Topius would have been like 15 minutes ahead of me, it doesn't really help that I did the second puzzle so much faster. Because my total time of 2 hours, 1 minute and 3 seconds would have placed me just out of the podium, 4th place. I'm not sure exactly what went wrong with the first puzzle. Probably because I'm just not adjusted, like the you know, the square, the quality, the image, just not my type. So probably excuses. I can only blame myself for not doing too many of those puzzles, but I don't feel like I have the need to. But yeah, this would have not been my competition. This was also a little bit exhausting, and changing the puzzle. I should probably practice just because of the world, you know, this swapping of the puzzle, you know, for the teams. But I must say that both of these puzzles had the cutest boxes and also the smallest ones, which means you have more space for more puzzles in your collection. So I do have to give thumbs up for that one. Moving on, we have still 2 puzzles left. Now this cow puzzle, I remember very specifically that I was a commentator on when this competition took place. I do like this image, and I generally do like a lot of like these Swedish, Finnish or Nordic French in general. I do like their images. They're not like what you see everywhere else. Their quality is usually like, it's like a flat good. Like there isn't anything to complain about, but it's also not like, wow. So this was interesting because I remember how did I analyze this when I was commentating, and I was like, yeah, I would also start with the pink, but I think I was referencing a lot of this white thing. And also this orange area was really like, I don't feel like I struggled with it, but it was so many orange pieces that I kind of collected those, and for some reason I felt a little bit too insecure and I just didn't go for it. And I think that's where I lost the crucial minutes for better ranking. Yeah, so I was kind of like going back and forth, you know, when you can't really make a decision, and usually that takes more of your time rather than just going for the whatever right or wrong direction. Even going to the wrong order, so to say, is often faster than just being like, I don't know what to do. So that was my mistake with this one. And with my time of pretty much exactly 51 minutes, I would have placed 4th again. I think my most common placement so far has been 4th. But we still have 1 puzzle to go, so let's see how it goes with that one. Now, moving on to the last puzzle, and image. It's funsies, but just not for me. Quality, once again, kind of okay. Vertical, wop, wop, wop. And this is interesting. I feel like a lot of these brands has been French brands, and they have also French text in them. And obviously, I do not know French, so I feel like, I don't know, I need somebody's comment who actually knows French but like also knows other languages. Like, does it actually do you feel like it makes it faster for you when you know like what the text is? So let's say that bottom part with the green, like if you know what the text is, is it easier for you to just scramble the pieces in because you kind of understand intuitively maybe how the letters go, or does it not do any difference? I'm kind of curious about that. And yeah, this is not the way I wanted to finish this. So my time of 47 and 38 would have placed me 6th. So that's kind of goes to the category of my worst rankings today. It is what it is, and let's take a look of all of these together. Okay, so quick look of everything we did. Definitely my favorite, I think you can all agree. Gives me like a childhood nostalgia. I like this image as well. You know how well this keeps it together? Almost dropped it, but it's not dropping. I did like this. This is cute. Yeah, you can see I'm running out of space here. This I wanted to point out because you saw probably a lot of posters earlier. Most didn't have posters, some had, but they were too big. This was the only one that had like a reasonable size poster if I wanted to like tape it there. But yeah, kind of sad way to finish. So we don't like that puzzle anymore. This was the horrible puzzle that I ended up now doing twice. There was a little accident happened. My dishwasher water kind of went places, but good thing is for Robert that I do have a second copy of this since I've done this before. But yeah, this quality, we don't like this anymore. I didn't even take a picture, sad. This one was the hard one. I don't even know what to say about this. I don't know how I would have done with this if I would have done this separately. Now you would say that, yeah, but it only applies to the second one that you're tired. But sometimes just the fact that you know you're going to do a second puzzle, this also happens with 1000-piece puzzles, you kind of go easier to this kind of like casual mode of puzzling when you know it's already going to take a much longer time. So may have impacted that one as well. The first puzzle we already put back into the box, but that wasn't too special. So Prim, what do you think? Prim is also telling that this is the best puzzle ever. Yeah. Anyway, if you're a speed puzzler, I definitely recommend have variety in your practice. Do those different brands, different kind of images. It's very important. And even here we learned a lot. For example, when you have loose pieces, you can't really build islands, which is kind of like a good reminder. Why is it important to build those islands directly inside? Because even if you have a brand like Ravensburger, that might be a troublesome to lift them, or at least it will take you some extra time. Also, we saw that when it's kind of like different shape, like square, you just kind of like your brain is not, it's not that it is intuitive as it would be. And you know, Ravensburger also have square puzzles, just telling you. So yeah, I really love this, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.